Hey guys, good to see you. It's Owen here, the ultra curious runner, and welcome to week one. Week one is where I'm going to take you through, sorry, just a little scratch there, take you through probably one of the most important parts of getting ourselves ready for an ultra marathon, or in actual fact, any other relatively long distance run, and that is planning. Now, of course, we need to get ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally ready for any race, and perhaps more than any other, an ultramarathon really does need proper, careful planning. And I'm one of these people that likes to head over to the good old spreadsheet. And what I'll do is actually block out month by month all the days, weekends across, just like here. And in that, I will pre-populate, before I even think about distances, what I'm going to be doing on each and every day over that training period. And for the run I'm doing in September, that's going to be around about 6 to 7 months of content in there. Now, what I'll do is, I know, for instance, that I will need to do a long run every week. So on the Sunday, across that spreadsheet, I will simply put long run. I know I will need to do strength work. So one day of the week, and it's going to be the same day every week. So it could be Tuesday, I just put strength, and I populate that whole spreadsheet with things like long run, strength work, flexibility work, stretching, for instance. I may put in tempo runs. I may put in intervals, hill training, whatever I know I need to do in order to prepare for that event. And regardless of what distance I'm going to be doing day by day, week by week, I'll start off and populate that whole sheet with every single day, including a rest day. And generally, I'll choose a rest day to be a Saturday, so I can spend some time with my wife, or just chilling, going to the rugby or whatever. But I must have at least one rest day a week where I do no exercise, and I get away from ultra running and everything to do with it, because otherwise it can become what you might call all-consuming. And once something becomes all-consuming, you get a bit cheesed off with it, and you know what? You'll miss a day, and if you miss a day, you can miss another and another, and very, very, very soon, your whole training plan is thrown out of the window, and you've almost got to go back to square one. And when it's a long plan, that's really not something you want to do. So the first thing I would recommend is to get yourself a spreadsheet, get every month, days of the week across it. I always highlight weekends in a light grey, so I know exactly where they are. And for each and every day in that plan, I will put what I'm going to be doing. Not how long, not what specific exercises. For instance, if it's a strength day, I know I'll be doing things like leg presses. I may do some time on the Stairmaster, getting used to marching uphill. I'm not going to put that in now. I'm just going to populate the sheet with all the types of workout I'm going to be doing day by day over the coming months. Once that's in place, it's then time to go and populate what precisely I'll be doing in each and every day for that sheet. And we'll revisit that in a second. Okay, now that we've got our sheet set up, it's time to think about actually filling in what we're going to be doing on each day. Now, what I will generally do is target for each month a total number of miles or kilometers that I want to achieve in that month. And that can be in any type of run. That will be a mixture of my tempo runs, my long runs, maybe my weighted runs, which I tend to do because it gets me used to running uphill. And I tell you what, when you take that weight off, you're suddenly 7, 8, 10 kilos lighter, and actually moving is that much easier. So I always like to incorporate some weighted runs in my schedule. So as I said, what I'll do is go to each month and decide how many miles I want to go in that month. So I could start with 100, 150, 200, 250. That's going to be tough. Within each month, I'll then go to the long runs and plug in the distance I want to do for those long runs. Let's say we start with 10 miles and then the next week 12, 14, 16, 18. Each month, however, have 1 week where your intensity drops. So you may go hard, 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 easy, then pick it up again, slightly harder than the first month. Hard, 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 easy. That way you give your body a chance to recover so that the next time you come onto a cycle of hard, 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 your body's rested, recovered, and able to hit that one and achieve it that much easier. So that's on the distance. And what I'll do is I'll plug in, let's say, as I said, 10, 12, 14, 16 miles, total that up. And that, let's say in a month that I want to do 100 miles, what have I got to? Then the balance of that mileage, I'll spread across each of the other runs so that I know that at the end of the month I've achieved the runs, I've got the length, I've got the distance in, and I've got the intensity in. And I'll do the same on my strength workouts. I'll decide what strength exercises I want to do, and over a 4-week period, do 3 weeks hard, 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 easy, and then slightly harder than the first one, hard, 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 easy, and repeat that, but gradually stepping up, 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 and up as we approach the event. And that way you'll have a structured, progressive, achievable training plan. And it's entirely up to you, depending on what event you're doing, what your current level of fitness is, and what your targets are, what your aims are, as how you are going to pull that plan together. So now that you understand how to build the overall calendar, plug in what type of exercises and what type of runs you're going to do, how you want to progress that mileage over time, it's time for you to create the sheet, plug the details in, and start training. And one thing that I do each and every time I've done one of my runs or one of my gym sessions or one of my stretching sessions is I go back to the spreadsheet and I colour that little cell in bright blue. For me, bright blue means done. And I put the actual mileage that I've done into that cell. So if I've set out for instance, this morning was a 14-mile run in the plan. I've done 13.75. 13.75 goes in there. That then adjusts the total for the month, and I know that I might have to do a little bit extra to get to my 100 miles for that month. Just chip away as you go, month by month, and you'll get all your training in, nice and structured, easily accessible. And if you've put it in right, and for weekends that you're busy doing other stuff, going to a gig, going to the rugby, going to the football, maybe going out for a show with the other half, make sure they're plugged in as well. And just do a little bit of a reshuffle on the other workouts that you're going to do, and you'll be absolutely fine. So there you have it. Structuring a training plan, deciding on your mileage, giving yourself a week slightly easier every 4th week throughout your plan, and you'll be in great shape when you hit that start line. So good luck. Do let me know in the comments how you get on with putting your plan together. And as I said before, let's do this together. And I'll see you in another week. Bye. Oh yeah, and one last thing. If you miss a workout or a run, rule number 1, and the only rule I want you to follow, is do not try and catch up. Scrap it, wipe it. It didn't happen. It's not going to happen. Just move on to the next and don't worry if you miss it. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make any difference. And if you try and catch up, you're going to set a precedent and you're going to think, oh, I missed a day. That'll be all right. I can catch up another time. And if you build those up over time, it's going to cause you problems. So if you miss a workout, Don't worry about it. Move on. It never happened. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect you in the long term. So just crack on and say, hey, it didn't happen. Don't worry about it.